Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. In today's video, I will be flipping through the Botanical deck by Jessica Bott. Now, with my birthday upcoming and it being my birthday week, I decided to flip through the decks that I got last year for my birthday when I hadn't actually started YouTube yet, and also flip through all the decks that I bought for my birthday. So this is the deck that I bought last year, and it's an indie deck. I purchased it from directly from the creator, Jessica Bott, and I'm really happy with this deck. I do love it very much. The artwork is what attracted to me to the deck. I do love plant decks. I'm sure if you follow me already, you know this is literally what it says in the back. So the name of the deck is literally a play on her last name, which I find really fun and actually really love. So I've had this deck for almost a year now. You can obviously get it from her. I will leave a link down below. I'm not sure if she's still selling this deck or what, so I'll leave a link down below to her website where you can get it. I believe that when you go from her website, it'll go all automatically to Etsy. So I'll leave it down below. This is the only place you can get it, so just to let you know. And when I got this deck originally, it's 130 cards. So it's supposed to be a tarot deck and oracle deck combination, or you can use it as 130 card tarot deck, which I don't use it as. It's something you can do, but I don't. I use it as a 78 card or 79 card tarot deck, and then a 50 card oracle deck. Now, the cards are not in here because I took them out, but previously when I got the deck, there was a split thing, one of those trays in here that splits the deck in two. I actually eventually got annoyed with it, so I took that thing out and put it in the recycling. So I split the decks inside. One half is going to be tarot, one half is going to be oracle, is usually how I do it. But I didn't want them to slide and get mixed up, so I took them out. I got this with my order. It's just like a postcard or an art card of one of the cards in the deck, which is really cute. So I'll put that here. So this is the tarot deck, and this is the oracle deck. And this is the guidebook that comes with the deck. So there's nothing in the back again. It's really cute. I really like it. So the paper in the book is that waxy paper, just to let you know. So this is the table of contents. We have an introduction, the deck, major arcana, which are trees, and the minor arcana, which are flowers, crops, spices, and cacti. And then we have the oracle, which consists of poison, herbs, medicines, mushrooms, carnivorous, and tea. Then we have spreads and sources. So in the introduction, she pretty much just talks about, you know, the deck and whatnot. And then she explains the deck here. So the way it's explained is that the deck is 130 cards, and it's a combination of a standard tarot deck with the major arcana and 4 suits, and then an oracle deck that's comprised of 5 suits. So the trees are represented by the major arcana are represented by the trees. Flowers are cups. Crops are pentacles. Spices are wands. And then the cacti are swords. Then for the oracle deck, we have poisons, herbs, medicines, mushrooms, and carnivorous. And then 1 card for tea. So poisons are the suit of toxicity and potential. Herbs are encouragement and support. Medicines are protection and power. Mushrooms are change and capability. And carnivorous are evolution and opportunity. And then it goes into the tarot. So it talks about trees here. And then it each gives you the card. So you have the name of the card, which is traditional major arcana, and then, or traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. Then it gives you the type of tree. You have keywords for the card, and then it talks about the tree. So I really like this because you learn a lot about like the different plants and trees and everything that's in here. So it's kind of like a tool to learn as well. So that's pretty much what it gives for the major arcana. And then if we go into the minors, it's pretty much the same thing, where it tells you, you know, it gives you a little blurb about crops, and then it tells you ace, what you know, crop it is on the card, obviously scientific meaning or Latin meaning, and then keywords, and then again it goes into the item. So yeah. And then for the oracle, it pretty much does the same thing. So it gives you a little blurb about the topic. So poisons, talks about poisons, and then it goes in again. So it gives you ace of poisons, then that it's deadly nightshade, keywords, and then a little blurb about nightshade. So yes. And then we have the one card for tea. And then we have the tree spread and the flower spread. We have a botanical spread, which is fun. A daily check-in. And then her sources. So the sources are, you know, where she got the information from for everything in the deck. So it's a bibliography of sorts. So of course I will flip through both decks, and then I'll pull a card from each and read from the guidebook so you can see how it's read. So I'll do the tarot first. So these are the backs of the cards. So the cardstock is 350 GSM, and it is matte. So we're going to start with trees. So we have the Fool here, the Magician, High Priestess, Empress, Emperor, the Hierophant, Lovers. I love the colors of this deck. That's what attracted me to it and why I bought it. I don't know how much it retails for in other countries. It's $80 or $85 in Canada from when I bought it last year. I don't know how much it is currently. And that was without tax and shipping. I spent 103 Canadian on it. Also, she is Canadian, so it ships from Canada, just to let you know. And also, I'm sure you can see from the imagery, it's not beginner friendly. So if you are new to tarot, I would say that this is not the deck to start with. Like, you know, I had like many decks prior to buying this one, so, but definitely not beginner friendly. This is the extra card in the Major Arcana. So it's the Unknown Seed Pod. Then we go into the Cup Suit with flowers. The colors are beautiful. I find her style of drawing very interesting, and I just really loved it. That's why I got it. Page. We have a rose as the knight, which makes sense for a knight card. I think this deck is well executed. Like, the types of plants and flowers and trees and all that make sense with where they're placed, in my opinion. Crops are the pentacles, by the way. Breadfruit. Carrot. I love olives. Pineapple. I love this as a 10 of pentacles. Pomegranate. We have the strawberry as the page, corn as the knight, onion as the queen. Oh, is there something on the card? And then potato as the king. Very true, though. Literally the ruler of all crops. Then for spices, vanilla, clove, sesame, the 4 spices are the wands, by the way. So the cayenne for 5, that makes sense to me. The 5 of wands. Then we have the 6. The 7. We have the 8. Cinnamon is the 9. Juniper is 10. Nutmeg for page. Saffron for knight. Cardamom as the queen. And then black pepper as the king. I find that funny. It's probably the most used spice, right? Black pepper, so. Then we have the swords for the cacti. Peyote for 4 of Swords. Teddy bear. I still find that really funny. The names of some of these, like, who comes up with these things? I swear. We have a moon cacti. Old Man of the Andes. Living Rock. Fire Barrel. So for the rose, we have the, for the page, we have the rose cactus. Queen of the Night for Night. Old Lady for the Queen. Oops. And then we have the elephant cacti for the king. So as I said, the cardstock is matte. So they shuffle nice now. But when I first got them, they were, you know, clumping together. Because obviously they're matte. So with use, they clump less. Okay. So we're going to read the Devil for the tarot. But first, let's take a look at the oracle cards. So the first suit is Poisons. So they're labeled the same way from Ace to 10 as the Minor Arcana suits. They just don't have the court cards. That's why you can use this as either a separate oracle or additional suits to the tarot. But I prefer to keep my tarot deck like the 79 cards. And then we're going into herbs. So we have basil, rosemary, oh, lavender. A lot of people hate this. Cilantro. Thyme, bay leaf, peppermint, lemongrass, and sage. Now, I know she did say in her book that some of these can fall in multiple categories, but she chose this specific category for them for a reason, I guess. Now we're in medicines. Dandelion. Wild sage, plantain. Here's some sweetgrass. And we're going into mushrooms. Honestly, I'd love it if she just made a mushroom deck. Like, I'd buy that. I also heard that she had ideas of potentially expanding, like making expansion packs. And I would totally buy those if she did. Especially if it was like the tea one. She has one tea card. I'd love an expansion on the tea. The death cap. And then we have the carnivorous plants. Venus flytrap, purple pitcher plant. My God, say that real fast, like 5 times. It's a tongue twister, I swear. Cobra lily. Butterwort. Common sundew. This one's cute. Dewy pine. Water wheel. Fairy apron. Yellow trumpet. King pitcher plant. And then lastly, tea. Tea. Nice. So the cardstock, as I said, is the same. It's the same as the tarot. 350 GSM matte. Shuffles the same way. In the beginning, when I bought it, also it shuffled also, clumping. But with use, it like loosens up. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna do the yellow trumpet for the oracle. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's put this here. We'll do the tarot first. Okay. Let's see. We have the Devil card, which is the Strangler Fig. Latin is ficus. Keywords are restriction, bondage, indulgence. And the blurb states, a seed of a strangler fig will begin to grow on the surface of another tree. The roots will grow down the trunk of its host until they can root in the ground. Enough roots will grow that the original tree is surrounded by a cage of the fig tree's roots. Competing for water and light, the fig tree will eventually strangle the host tree to death, leaving a now hollow tree to thrive. So that's what it states. I find that makes sense since, you know, the devil is really always about addiction and restrictions and holding yourself back also. So I find that the type of tree that she chose for the card makes sense. So again, it starts here, over here, which is good. And then for the oracle, we have the yellow trumpet, which is a carnivorous plant. Here we go. 9 of carnivorous, yellow trumpet. The Latin is the Sarracenia flava, I believe is how you pronounce that. Keywords are overwhelm, defeat, oppressed. And it says, the opening of the pitcher of yellow trumpets tempts insects with nectar that has been laced with conine, a toxin that paralyzes its prey. The intoxicated insects then slip down the waxy surface of the upper tube and are trapped by the downwards pointing hairs inside of the plant, forcing them lower to their death. So I like the keywords being overwhelmed, defeat, and oppressed. It's like saying that, you know, that's something that needs to be worked on. Or maybe that you feel defeated in a specific situation and you feel like you're the prey in a specific situation and that you need to try to either move on from that defeat or try to get out of that situation, you know, because you're just going to keep being overwhelmed if you don't. So hopefully that makes sense. I do love this deck very much, and I was happy when I bought it for my birthday. It was one that was on my wish list for a while, and usually for my birthday is the only time that I'll spend a large amount of money on a deck, because indie decks are very expensive. So typically my birthday is the time where I indulge usually. So yeah, let me know what you think about this deck in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Is this something you would buy? Is this something that you're interested in? I'd love to hear any comments that you have. It's always interesting to see other people's perspectives. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I have a lot coming this week and next week. Honestly, you don't want to miss all the content that I have planned for my birthday and everything that I'm going to be uploading. It's going to be a very fun several weeks. So don't forget to subscribe, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated. Thanks so much and have a great day.